going on, everybody? Welcome back to ICNV Driver's Edition. Today we're going to get into, should I do another modification to Zeus? Let's talk about it. So real quick, before we get into this video, I would like to apologize. The audio from this video was kind of distorted and it was kind of hard to listen to. So I'm going to narrate through the whole video to kind of get the gist of what was actually said so you can keep track of my thoughts and understand what's taking place. Okay, so I want to start off by saying I have done so many modifications to Zeus that what you're looking at today is not the original car I purchased. From the front splitter to the rear spoiler, from the aerolarry wheels to the mesh guards to protect the radiators. I've done several modifications since I purchased this car, and I'm glad to say I'm not done yet, so there is more to come. Today, I want to just touch bases and go over, should I upgrade the exhaust on my car? Several people actually stated I should upgrade the exhaust on my car, and to be honest with you, it's been a thought on my mind for quite some time. But here's the real dilemma I have. I really want to talk to you guys about what should I do going forward. But I'm going to give you a backdrop story. I'm at Corvette in Carlisle, and I'm looking at the Z06 because it was my first time seeing it in person. I'm admiring the 70th edition pearl white car, which was right near the broken down engine display. There was also the amplified orange, which I really like too. It could be by surprise because I really don't like that color. I prefer the Sebring orange, but that's not the purpose of this. But what I'm getting into, or what I'm trying to say to you is that while I was there, I stumbled across and met engineers. Not intentional, but by accident, just in casual conversation as I was hanging around the tent admiring the cars. Now, the car that took me by surprise was the Silver Flare convertible with the adrenaline red interior. I have seen it before in pictures and so forth, and it was like, red interior. But when I saw that car in person, it took me by surprise, and it actually made me feel like this is something that screams ICNV. And not only does it scream ICNV, it's a bold statement, and I don't think everybody's going to be able to pull it off. And now it makes me want to pull it off to the point where I've been sitting back re-analyzing my Z06 builds if I do happen to build a car. That way I can include an all-adrenaline red interior, which I think would actually be very fire with the right color combination. But again, that's not the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is that at this point, we all know that no Z06s will be ordered for the rest of 2022, and they're not picking up the orders until 2023, which does not mean January of 2023. We're hoping, but it could be February, it could be March. We really don't have a start date as of yet, but what we do know is there will be no more orders taken for 2022. So with that being said, as I was out talking to the engineers and having casual conversation, because that's mainly what it is, one of the guys out there with me inquired about where does the oil go when the car is off. This lady started explaining it, but then another guy walked past and she was like, well, he's actually the expert. And she had him talk to us about the engine. Not only did he show us where the oil went, he went to a whole long presentation about the flat plane crank, why they decided to go with the flat plane crank. It's not the first flat plane crank ever built. don't think that this is something they just decided, woke up one day and said we should make a flat plane crank. This is actually something they have serious experience with. They've went out and done a lot of research on. Ferrari has been doing it for years. They've ran it in the race car, and this is the information I was getting based off a question: where does the oil get stored? And me not knowing at that point in time that this is actually one of the engineers who worked on the engine. I sat there and said one thing. I feel like the launch is kind of a disappointment. And one of the guys having a conversation with me pretty much said, yeah, nobody wanted to launch a car and have restrictions. Hopefully this will all be resolved in 2023. Now, that's just a common phrase that nobody would even think anything else about. But as I think more about the information that was shared, even while we were there and through lectures, there were a lot of phrases or statements made about 2023. So although nobody came out and actually said, hey, we're going to postpone orders going forward for 2023, I truly believe that it was something that was known before Corvettes in Carlisle, or that may have come up at Corvettes in Carlisle. And the reason why I would say this is because while I was at Corvettes in Carlisle, I stumbled across 10 Z06s parked outside of a restaurant, and there were several engineers, GM execs or employees all out there hanging out, having some drinks and eating. So I feel like, if anything, these are conversations or discussions that might have came up during this time. But from the answers I was getting from people which I did not know were engineers at the time, I just want to come out and say, from the conversations they were having, it's like they knew then, but didn't want to come out and say nothing, that the Z06 ordering cycle for 2022 was about to get delayed. They all kind of referenced 2023, which leads me to believe that they knew going forward. So once it was brought to my attention by one of my subscribers that the guys I had been talking to were engineers, it kind of got my mind at thinking. So what I started to think was, it may not be that easy to get a Z06 in 2023 as I was thinking, especially with the ordering cycle numbers being so low. For me to find or order a Z06 the way I want it built, I may be looking more into 2024. So what do I do now? Should I continue to make more modifications, which brings it back around full circle? Should I upgrade my exhaust? Or should I look to move them and prepare myself for the next best thing? Well, my man Mike getting a new exhaust on the C8, so let's go check out and see how his progress is. So I don't know. If I like his, I may take that leap. So let's see how his works out. Okay. I fell victim. I loved it. I loved it. Had to do it. So yes, I came to Carlisle and fell victim, and now Zeus is getting the upgraded exhaust. So let's wait and see what happens. Now, while waiting to get my exhaust done, I continue to meet more interesting people and making friends with other people who are getting exhaust installed on their vehicle as well. Here's one of those.
Hey, you ain't got no permission to do that, bro. Hey. You need permission to do that.
I'm sorry.
Oh, now you been on that.
I'm sorry. You got on police colors. I can record you.
Back out, I'm going to my truck. All right, turn all videos off. Turn all videos off. All videos.
Yeah, this what money look like right here, boy. That's what money look like. I'm happy for you, bro. I love that. You ain't like me? I'm happy for you. I love it.
I'll be cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, huh, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. Run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of pain, turning losses into gains, I'm the boss, I'm making change. I've been rocking this exchange, popping off and risking things, gonna make a fucking name. I just wanna be famous, but I don't want that cheap fame. No, I'm not that vain, I just wanna be greatness. Ain't no motherfucker in this world could do it like me. Open up your eyes and insert a little rising. You don't have to love me, you don't have to like me. Got enough love in myself and my psyche. You should have the same in your brain nightly. If you wanna taste, bitch, you can fucking try me. If you wanna hate, bitch, you know where to find me. Fucking bite me. Okay, I'm going off every chance I get. I don't really take the loss, well, I'll admit. That's why I'm making to the top, yeah, I commit. And no, I'm never gonna stop, get after it. Investing in my own stock, cause it's faster than any crypto hits go that you spend. Everything that you see is something I invent. And it's only a percent, I'm gonna take shots. If I miss, I'll take a fat loss just to learn all that's in it. I'm taking snapshots, learning how to fall and get it. I'm getting back up, always stand tall, I'm sweating, I never back up. I don't miss
if you've been watching my videos for some time now, you know I've been telling everybody I am not a 2022 Z06 buyer. Never said I was, never said I was trying to be. I've always said fall 23, hopefully spring of 2024. It allows me to do some more stuff with this car. But at the same point in time, I've always been, if you heard a conversation in my Big Homie Swole video we shot months ago, like I told him, I'm always working and thinking about the next car and or what I want to do next. And this to me, the C8 in any shape or form, I would say unless I get a Z06 and I'm debating with this car, it's going to be something I keep, but also a stepping stone until what's next. I've been sitting back thinking about what's next, and I have an ABC choice. I think the Z06, just to be honest with you, that was my B choice. Like I told you guys before, I am a car enthusiast and a car lover. It's not all about Corvettes. I like other brands and I will own them, but I will always keep a Corvette in my garage. That is my plan going forward. So the question is, will it continue to be Zeus, or will it be an upgrade to another version of the C8? And I will just be honest with you. Now that I have modified the exhaust system on Zeus, which I was going back and forth with Rumbo, the reason why I hadn't done it before, because I always sat there and said, if you follow my videos, if you've been with me for a while, thank you for support. I felt like if I upgraded the exhaust, that was at least a 12 to 18 month commitment of future ownership of Zeus. So at least by upgrading the exhaust now, you know Zeus is not going anywhere until probably October of 2023. So what does that mean? That means that going forward, I have time to figure out, will my next move be a Z06, or will it actually be an E-Ray, or should I hold out for a ZR1? Don't think I didn't notice Taj walking around with that shirt on at Corvettes at Carlisle. That's an in-your-face subliminal message. Unlike my man Chet here, I didn't have the opportunity to sit down and have a long in-depth conversation with Taj. Maybe that will happen sometime in the future, who knows. And for those of you that ask, because I've gotten that question of why did not pursue a C7 ZR1, whatever I get to me has to be daily driver, aggressive car that can handle the track if I choose to go there. But at the same time, it also gives me time to realize or figure out if replacing Zeus, or figure out if upgrading to another Z06 is the best option for me. So with that being said, I will have content coming about Zeus, but it gives me more time to move stuff around, to hopefully let some of my investments grow. And I've said this to you guys before. I'm always going to allow myself to be in position to take advantage of something if it comes up, but I won't force a deal. But I'm definitely looking for ways to continue the growth of the channel and to add more stuff to my garage. So stay tuned for that. But I just wanted to give you a quick video, some quick shots of Zeus, and let you hear this brand new exhaust system that I've thrown on this baby.
Now let's hear this new exhaust.
Thanks for tuning in, ICNV Drivers Edition. Don't forget that to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's have some fun together. Until the next video, peace.